All right. So let's do our final module that we have for today, which is module number 5. Just one second. All right, that's the final module that we have for today. Can you please let me know on the chat, please, if you are back? Yeah, thanks a lot. Thank you. Okay, perfect. That's the final one. So usually more energy for the final one because we're about to finish this one, and then I can give you the rest of your day finally back to you. So module number 5, the go-to-market strategy that we have. So we're going to discuss here from a partner perspective, your business value. You're going to see in this module, we're going to repeat some parameters which we already identified before in module number 1 and in module number 2. But it's good. Revision is always good. Identify ways to promote your brand. This is how we can help you as AWS to help our partners promote their brand. Identify ways to drive more business demand, and explain some ways to grow your company with AWS. So first of all, we have what we call how-to guides, right? In order to help you and maybe give you some education on how to do some parameters, like how you can promote your brand. So for example, you can create an AWS page on your website in order to promote your brand. People, whenever they will see the AWS logo, it will really be something attractive for them. You download your APN badge, right, that you use in order to for the marketing and to log in into APN. Maybe you can do something nice of recording a 15 minutes video demo on your solutions, explaining and utilizing AWS services. So you're offering a certain solution that is using in the back end AWS services. So you can maybe do a video, and I can tell you something like people, they love these kind of videos where you are giving them like education about how you can do a certain service, for example, or how can you configure a certain service. And then you start by doing demand generation, or you drive the demand. And something very, very important, ensure your company is listed here. So what is this tool? There is something called the APN Partner Solutions Finder tool. And once you are becoming a partner for AWS, you should be part on this tool. So for example, if there is a customer maybe in UAE and he wants to work with AWS partners and he doesn't know about AWS partners here, how can he find partners here? He can go to this tool called APN Partner Solutions Finder, and he can filter based on the country, for example. Or some cases, he can filter based on the competency. And that's why, if you remember, being competent in a solution is something very, very recommended. So make sure that your company is listed in the Partner Finder. And then how you can grow with AWS. We mentioned many parameters here. Something, or one big one of them, is the competency. Because competency, this is AWS, like saying and guaranteeing that this partner is like competent to do the migration, to do Microsoft, to do SAP, or for a certain industry like retail, like education, like oil and gas, something like this. All right, so your business value here, remember we mentioned this before. What is your differentiation, right? Your differentiation is simply your previous experience that you have and what simply makes you unique. So the ability to demonstrate validated excellence, right? Your experience, your expertise in the solutions that you provide to your AWS customers, right? So I can do something like I provide specific offerings here. And as you can see, these are multiple offerings. Will we ever find someone who can do everything? Definitely not, right? So it will really make sense to specify or to specialize in a certain expertise. And you can here see examples. For example, SAP or Oracle or maybe storage, migration. These are all competencies, right? So you can go and get yourself certified in any of these competencies, which says that AWS guarantees that this is a competent partner. And then, how can you promote your brand in general? You create your digital experience and digital presence. So, inside your website, you create a special part about AWS and about the services that you can offer in AWS. Maybe record a demo on how the solution that you are offering is utilizing AWS services, maybe in the back end. Right? So in order for you to like promote your leadership in a certain parameter, for example, so something very good is if you are developing some educational materials, right? People, they love these kind of educational materials. Someone like trying or going into the migration, he would love to find someone who can give him educational materials on what's the best practice on how he can do migration. A partner who can share his experience on how he migrated like X number of customers before successfully. What are the best practices in order for you to migrate? Can you get this? You can share your success with case studies, right? This is how you promote yourself as a leader in a certain practice. This is the tool I mentioned, which is called Partner Solutions Tool. And please make sure that you are on this tool, that you can see yourself and your name inside this Partner Solutions Finder tool. And you can search by industry, you can search by a country, for example, in order to see. Right? And then how can you drive demand or demand generation? We're going to talk about 3 options here on how you can drive more demand. Marketing Central, sponsorships, and how to guide. Let's see one by one. So the first one here is Marketing Central. This is what? So the Marketing Central is what we call an all-in-one tool that can help you develop and create some digital marketing for your solutions. So even if you don't have marketing team, for example, you are a small partner, you can go to this one called Marketing Central, and this can help you develop your own digital marketing for your solutions. And then something else called sponsorships. What is sponsorship? Sponsorships. So sponsorships, this is very simply the events that AWS is sponsoring. And in these events, we invite our customers, and definitely we invite you as partners. And this can be a very nice event for you to do what we call networking, right? You can get the chance to network with other customers here and meet other customers and other partners here. And this is what we call sponsorships. So sponsorships, this means events sponsored by AWS in order to help you do networking with other partners and other customers. And finally, how-to guides. In case there is something that you don't know, for example, there are some guides that can help you. For example, how to host a successful live event, if you want to do a live event. How you can write an effective case, for example, right? Examples of how-to guides where you can find all of these guides on AWS. All right, and then how do you grow with AWS? So the first thing we mentioned, and very, very important, is training, right? And I told you, since I joined AWS, training has been something very, very important. And that's why we are investing as AWS in these kind of trainings. So training and certification. And definitely, whenever you have your team trained, definitely you're going to have more revenue, for sure. Whenever you have your team trained, they know about AWS services, they can go easily propose these kind of services. So if you need to know more details about the training and certifications, you can go to this page, AWS Training and Certifications. So in this case, you get to know about all of the trainings that we do, for example. So again, this training today, we are here. We are here. And that's why I told you at the beginning of the day, even if you don't have experience with AWS, that is perfectly fine for this training, because this should be the first training in getting introduced into AWS. I highly recommend that you go and attend this training. The Cloud Practitioner. Cloud Practitioner is a very nice training. It's a 1-day full training like this one, but maybe a bit longer. But following this one, you can go and attend the exam, but this one is a Pearson VUE exam, so you go maybe physically in Pearson VUE, or I believe after COVID, you can even take these exams at home, but with certain security restrictions. And you can pass this one and you can get your first foundational certificate here, Cloud Practitioner. A very nice course. We talk about what we explained today, but with much more details. So what kind of certifications do we have? It's becoming something, by the way, very credible in the market if you are AWS certified. So we have the Cloud Practitioner, which is the foundational, and then the technical ones now, either you go the architect track or the developer track or the operations track, right? You choose based on your job role, exactly on what you are doing, right? And then to transition your business here, definitely you get the AWS support programs. We try to explain as much as possible of these programs in module number 2, if you remember. And these are examples of the programs. I highly recommend when I send you these slides with the PDF to click on these links here and go and read more details about the program. One of the most important programs, that's why we are repeating this slide again, is the competency program. And I hope by now you remember what is the competency, right? To prove your experience in a certain practice, whether it is a migration, security, IoT, or whether it's based on the workload, SAP, Microsoft, or VMware, or whether it's based on the industry, like oil and gas, education, retail, public sector. And this is the slide about it. So whether about the application itself, for example, migration competency, or whether about the workload, or whether about the industry. And that's why you cannot find any partner who can be competent in everything here, right? And that's why you need to specialize yourself on something or on part of these competencies as explained. And also you can expand your business using the marketplace. And what is this marketplace? So the marketplace is if you want to purchase third-party software on AWS Cloud. I'll give you a simple example. Here, if you have something like if you have been working with F5 load balancers. F5 is a famous brand of the load balancers, right? You have been working with F5 on premise. And now you want, when you're going into the cloud, to go through the F5 load balancer. Let's say you don't want to use the ELB from AWS, right? So you can purchase this from the marketplace. Let's say you have been working with a Cisco firewall, and now going into the cloud, you want to keep the same firewall policies, right? And that's why you can purchase this. Since it's not an AWS product, you can purchase this product from the marketplace. So you search for what you want to do, right? You find it, and then you buy it. And then the nice thing about it that you will pay it through your bill to AWS. You don't need to go and pay F5 or pay Cisco or pay VMware. You just pay it through your bill to AWS, right? So that's the marketplace. So customer is coming, he's expressing his needs in whatever he wants, and the marketplace is simply offering him what he has. And do not forget the APN Partner Central, if you remember. This is your landing page, right? The page, once you land, it has all the programs and everything that you might need for a partner, right? It has all the links to everything that you need in order for you to start your APN journey, all right? And with this, if you remember, this was one of the first slides we explained on I became a partner, I built the business plan, and I am here, getting myself trained and certified. All right, and with this, to finalize what we have explained in this course here. So we explained the cloud technology. So why cloud, and specifically why AWS? We went through the APN programs, AWS Partner Network programs, and multiple programs, which depends on the tiers, if you remember: registered, select, advanced, and premier. And we have seen that every tier has its own programs here, and the more and the higher you reach in the tier, the more benefits and the more programs you get. Customer engagement framework: how do I engage with the customer, and the steps, and even our methodology with the OBAM. AWS products and services, and how do I map my requirements into products and services. And finally, the last one, the go-to-market strategy. Right? And with this final slide here, let me tell you a big thank you for all your time during this training here. I hope that it was beneficial, and I hope that you got some new information, and definitely we hope that you have more appetite to the AWS courses here and to know more about AWS. So just the final thing, please, before you leave today, I will tell you two things actually. I will tell you, first of all, I will mark your name right now as attended. I will mark your name as attended to this training. So once you are marked as attended, you will receive an email, and as a follow-up to this email, right, you can get your certificate of attendance. Lots of people, they like to take the certificates and they would like to post it on LinkedIn, for example, that you have your first maybe training with AWS. So this is how you can get your certificate of attendance and how you can do the course evaluation. So please give me just 1 minute, please. If possible, do not leave the session, because I will mark your name as attended, and then I will tell you how you can get these certificates. And also I will tell you how you can start your assessment for the people who would like to start the assessment now. If you want to do it later on, that's perfectly fine. I will send it in my follow-up email on how you can go and take the exam. All right? So let me just mark your names as attended, and let me know, please, after like 2 minutes or 3 minutes, if you have received the email that says that you successfully attended the training. Just give me just a couple of minutes so I can mark your name as attended.